You are entering E&C's Pod of Awesomeness.
This is Stone Cold Steve Austin, and you're listening to E&C's Pod of Awesomeness, you piece of trash. Hell yeah, Stone Cold's here. I'm taking over the podcast.
Wow.
What?
Oh.
This is my podcast now, isn't Christian? Sorry, guys. You know I dropped you on a stack of dimes last week, so now it's Stone Cold's time.
Hold on a second, Austin. You already have your own podcast, son of a bitch.
Well, I could use a third one. There's always room for more Stone Cold.
That's true.
So I've been told. This, in case you folks haven't figured it out, this is the winner of our impersonation contest, Stone Cold Steve Austin, a.k.a. Andrew. And, folks, we're just basically talking for the first time with Andrew here, but I very briefly heard his legit voice. You're going to be shocked.
Yeah, I mean, he sounds nothing. I mean, it's crazy how the transformation, like, it was amazing. Here he is, Andrew.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is my real voice. That's why it was so easy to do Stone Cold.
Wait, is this Stone Cold?
Steve, are you ribbing us?
Stone Cold, it's my time now, please.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't mind.
Oh, you just kicked him out of the room. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's drinking some Steve Weisers right now. He'll be all right.
He's a
you go.
whirling dervish, that guy. He's tough to get out of a room. Good job.
He really is, yeah. I don't know how I did it.
That's so crazy, man. Your voice sounds like completely different. Do you do a lot of different impressions, or just the Stone Cold, or is that like your best one?
I do, yeah. Stone Cold is my best, mostly because I've been practicing it since I was like in middle school. I was in middle school during the Attitude Era, so I've been practicing it quite a while now.
I was at a middle school education level during the Attitude Era, so.
Oh yeah,
even though I was there.
Right. Nice.
So, where are you from? How old are you? Give us some stats, man.
Yeah. My full name is Andrew Bizzano, and I live in Houston, Texas right now. I've been there since I was been here since I was 7. So, originally born in New York, though.
I was going to say, you kind of have that New York feel about you, but then you break into that Stone Cold and you have that Texas accent down to a T.
Yeah, I guess that helps being in Texas all this time. It helps.
Yeah,
you
were like the melting pot of making that work. So, yeah, very cool. Well, we wanted to open the show up to folks to be able to feel, I don't know, like they were involved, and we thought this would be a good way to do it. And then, sure enough, we start doing this thing, and then we have people like you as Stone Cold. We have Morgan Freeman and all of these random things happening, and it turned into a beast, unto itself. But we had a good time, and hopefully you did too.
Oh, absolutely! It was so much fun. I mean, I would listen to your guys' podcast every week, and then basically like plan out what my material would be. What can I talk? How can I make fun of them this week? All right, Christian's cats, Mockmania. So yeah, it was. I had a lot of fun. Doing it. It's been awesome. It was cool because I actually do a podcast as well about wrestling, and like a bunch of our fans.
Man, plug it on here.
Yeah, what is it?
Oh, well, appreciate it. It's What's Wrong with Wrestling. You can find it on iTunes. We recap Monday Night Raw, we recap SmackDown and all the pay-per-views that just what we like or dislike about the shows.
Cool.
But it's a lot of fun, yeah. So I appreciate the fans that told me they should do it because I do Stone Cold on my podcast as well. So they were like, "Yeah, you should do it." So
that's great.
Well, dude, when you broke into my theme music, that right there, I was like, okay, I think he just won the entire contest. I can't say that, but that was, and then referencing the neck and, it was good stuff, man. You know your stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
I appreciate it.
It was cool how you just taught, like you said, you threaded everything that we were doing kind of throughout the first few shows and kind of, made Stone Cold, your own and made it relevant to what was going on. I thought that was really smart and it was fun. And congratulations on winning, man. It's cool to have you on and be the first contest winning guest on the show. It's pretty cool.
Oh, definitely. I'm going to brag about it for quite a while. It's pretty awesome talking to both of you right now because I've been such a fan of you guys my whole life. I was in high school when WrestleMania 17 was here in Houston, and you guys had the the first ever awesome TLC match. I was
Yeah.
there live for that, so that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, cool, man.
That's
So it's quite
that is pretty crazy. I was going to say this isn't. It's not like you're exactly winning anything.
Yeah.
Because you just. Some might say you're losing.
Wait, hold on. My trophy's not in the mail? What the hell? Matt told me I was getting a trophy.
Yeah,
Matt,
it's
get a
right next
trophy.
to the King of the Ring trophy.
Where's my belt? Where's my championship belt? Stone Cold doesn't walk around without his championship belt. All right, easy,
Man,
Stone
that
Cold.
is
I won.
uncanny.
Give him another Steve Weiser.
Yeah, here, have another one.
Anything you want to talk about in particular while you're on here with us?
I mean, it's just really cool to talk to you guys. I didn't ever think it was going to happen. Your show's amazing. It's an honor to be on. Really, that's all I have to say.
Cool.
Well, Andrew, man, it was we had a blast doing this, and I have a feeling that there might be a request for some Stone Cold cameos throughout the pods going forward.
I could imagine.
So yeah, just be aware that we may be calling on you.
It's funny. Ever since I sang both of your theme songs, now I'm getting requests from my fans to sing every song
Everybody's
possible
theme song? That's great.
as Stone Cold. Yeah.
You know what one I would like to hear? I would like to hear Regal's old music, The Real Man's Man.
He's a man.
That would be fun.
I'm a man's man. I don't really remember that how the lyrics go. I gotta
Do
listen
some
to it
homework
again,
on that one. Yeah,
I'm a man's man. Something like that, right? Yeah.
What about
He's a man's man.
What about Land of a Thousand Dances from the wrestling album? The first one.
Oh, that could be good.
That's pretty old school.
Or Pile Driver by Coco Beware.
Oh man,
That might be another good
it's
one.
endless.
What about Hogan?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. What? I'm a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
It's when you get really deep down in there, and it sounds like you're gargling with something.
Yeah.
That's when it really
you
hits
guys
it.
can be sure of one thing. I have a sore throat after doing this for a month.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Because I've been practicing every day so that I could sound as good as possible. I have a sore throat now, so it still hasn't gone away.
That's funny. I wonder if Steve's ever heard your impression.
No, I don't think he has. I want him to hear it so bad. Maybe I got to find him at like one of those wrestling cons and just walk up to him and start talking to him.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Well, or maybe there's the off chance that he actually heard this thing. What do you think, Jay?
I hope so.
I don't know. Maybe. Steve's a pretty busy guy.
I know people have been
He is
tweeting
busy
it
guy.
at him, but he hasn't. I don't think he's replied.
No. Well, I've gotten a lot of very positive feedback on the old social media, saying that you should have won this, and you did. So their voices were heard. Man, Andrew, thanks, man. This was fun. I'm glad we did this, and like I said, I have a feeling the Birdman and I are going to be calling on you for some cameos, and also let's get a list of songs because I'd love to just pop in randomly with just obscure wrestling songs,
Or just like Soft Cells like Tainted Love or something would be amazing. Tainted Love.
That'd be great.
Take on me.
Yeah.
Take on me. Take on me.
See right there. Okay, yeah, we're gonna. Have to do this.
My favorite part because I remember when Stone Cold turned heel and he aligned himself with Vince, and
That
then
was
he would
in
like
Houston,
sing songs
too.
to him.
Yeah, but that was also in Houston at WrestleMania.
Right? Yeah. Right. And then when he would get to the high note, that's when he would do that gargling noise, like. So, it's like my favorite part about him singing. Like it's just so over the top and ridiculous.
I always like when he did the clear his throat part. When he did yeah.
And the thing is with Steve, like that's his voice. He can't hit high notes. Plus,
Right.
he's had the neck surgery, so he's got scar tissue in there, and you can't hit those upper registers. So it's fucking awesome.
Right.
Well, again, thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it. Ladies and gents, the first ever winner of the E&C voicemail contest. And like we said, the contest is going to be different every time. It's not always going to be impersonations. We just have to actually think of something next. But what do you think, Jay? We do this every other month kind of thing?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we'll definitely do it again. It's been a lot of fun.
What do you think, Andrew?
I think we should do it again for sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely been a lot of fun.
Cool, man. We'll definitely have you back.
Really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Again, it's an honor to be talking to you guys, so I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Good luck with it.
All right, see you guys.
See you, buddy.
You're listening to E&C's Pod of Awesomeness.
Okay, so here's the deal. At Edge and Christian, we're a brand. We have podcasts, we have TV shows, we have toilet paper, and to do all of these things, we have to hire people. And what is the best way to find the best candidates?
Well, posting your job in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates, at least not for me, because I might be looking for a new co-host. I mean, hopefully Edge gets fired and I can just move on.
Not likely. I'm the executive producer. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the top job sites. And now you can.
Well, I'm actually the executive producer. But with ZipRecruiter.com, you can post your job to 100-plus job sites, including social media networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click.
I'm Executive Infinity. First, find candidates in any city or industry, including toilet paper making, nationwide. Just post once and watch your qualified candidates roll in to ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface.
That's right. No juggling emails or calls to your office. Quickly screen candidates, rate them, and hire the right person fast.
Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by Fortune 100 companies and thousands of small and medium-sized businesses.
And right now, our listeners, mostly my listeners, can post jobs to ZipRecruiter for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/awesomeness.
I'm going to use my interface on you. That's ZipRecruiter.com/awesomeness. One more time to try for free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/awesomeness. Tell them Edge sent you. So there was our voicemail contest winner, Andrew. Nice guy.
Yeah, good dude, man. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's funny because, like I said, we've been listening to his impression for like weeks now, and you're so used to hearing that Stone Cold, and it's such a strong Stone Cold voice, and all of a sudden he's just like, sounds nothing like that, which is just crazy.
Sounds like a New York dude.
Yeah.
Sounds like Brian Gortz.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to have him back on, man. He's fun. He's a good guy.
Hey, as a matter of fact, when we're talking about how we want this show to be fan interactive, all of those things, we could get some on the Twitter or on the Facebook or whatever other mediums, whether it be email, voicemail. You could leave us ideas of songs that you want Andrew to sing.
Right. You can leave it at on the voicemail. Of course, that number is 929-367-8204, or on our the Twitter machine at E&C Pod.
Look at you.
Yeah. We also have an email address. Should I read that as well?
You should.
E&C Pod of Awesomeness at gmail.com.
Man.
Yeah.
You're on it today, Bird.
I've got them tattooed on my arm now, so I'll never lose them.
Actually, Jay, it's just EC Pod of Awesomeness.
That's what I said.
Oh.
You added
what was say it again, Mega Matt?
EC Pod of Awesomeness at gmail.com.
All right, you're not on it, Birdman.
Okay. The guy from the Podcast Observer's back.
I just drop in from time to time.
Yeah.
Matt Meltzer. There he
God.
is. Yeah. Yeah, there he is, folks.
Mega
Hey,
Matt was a
mention
more
any of the,
favorable nickname.
What?
Mega Matt was a more favorable nickname.
Mega Matt Meltzer. There we go. Okay? We'll blend them together. We'll bleed them together.
Yeah.
Start a
Mega
Twitter.
Matt Meltzer. That could be your...
So what do you guys think? We talk wrestling all the time, and I get that you folks want to hear us probably talk wrestling, and we will. However, I think we need just a little bit of a digression here to what's happening in the NHL playoffs.
Yeah, I was actually gonna talk to you about.
I felt it. I thought you were. I picked up on your spidey sense.
Yeah,
and I took it there.
Yeah, I'm a little upset. I got to be honest, and I need to.
I know.
I think everybody knows that. Like, my teams are obviously my childhood team, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and my adopted team, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Since I've been in Tampa since 2001. No, but first of all, nobody expected Toronto to make the playoffs, right? And so I think they turned some heads. I think that they proved that. I think in 2-3 years they're going to be a top 5 team without a doubt. They very realistically could have won that series against Washington, who was the best team in the league. But I do need to apologize to the Toronto Maple Leafs because my wife cost you your season.
Oh, yeah? How so?
Well, here's the thing. So you may or may not know this about me, but I'm very superstitious, right? So when I used to play hockey when I was a kid, if we were on a winning streak, I was a goalie. We were on a winning streak, I would not wash my gear until we lost.
Disgusting.
That was just my thing. And I had to put my gear on the exact same way, from left to right. And then when I wrestled, it was the same kind of thing. I put all my gear on left to right. Although
Wait, you didn't wash your clothes until you won a match?
Well, yeah.
Or until you lost a match?
I didn't win very much, so I could wash my stuff all the time. So it was no big deal. But here's the thing.
There! We got one fake Christian chuckle. Okay, sorry. Moving on.
Well, here's the thing. So I'm sitting on the couch the other night watching Game 6. I'm on the same spot on the couch the entire game. Game is very even, back and forth. It's 1-1 going into overtime. All of a sudden, a voice calls out from the bedroom, "Jay, can you come in here for a second?" And I was like, "I'm watching the game." And she's like, "I'm going to bed. I really need to ask you something." I get up. I walk in the bedroom. "Can you remember to give the cat his pill?" I was like, "Okay." I walk back in, and Washington had already scored in overtime.
Oh, you missed it.
So because she got me out of my spot where I was sitting the entire time, I didn't move because the game was so close. She got me out of that spot. When I came back, they lost. So I went back into the bedroom, and I said, "By the way, thanks. You just cost the Maple Leafs their season." And she's like, "What?" I was like, "You made me get up. I was sitting there the entire time. They lost because you made me move." And she got mad at me and said I was an idiot and went to bed.
So now you assume that the hopes and dreams of an entire franchise lie on your shoulders and where those shoulders sit to watch said game.
All I know is when I was sitting there the entire time in the same spot, didn't move. The game was close. It was 1-1.
Yeah.
It looked like I would probably say if I stayed there, Toronto would have won.
Yeah?
Yeah, because the ice was tilted when I was sitting there in Toronto's favor. Yeah, I apologize to Toronto Maple Leafs on behalf of my wife for costing your season. So maybe next year.
Well, I apologize to the Maple Leafs because Jay and Jay's wife ruined your season.
But all in all, it's been pretty great. The playoffs are amazing.
Playoffs are amazing. Obviously, we're biased. We're Canadian. But to me, the toughest championship, the toughest trophy to win in sports. It's the most games you have to win to even just get to the finals. If every series goes 7 games, you're looking at 28 games on top of the, how many, 84?
That's why it's called the second season.
That's right.
Yep.
But Maple Leafs shocked a lot of people. And, hey, I think, not just a top team, I think they're going to win the Cup within 3 years.
In 3?
Yeah.
That's lofty.
I really
goals,
do. It is lofty. It is. But think about it. If they can pick up, let's say, like a Justin Williams, or if, who was I saying yesterday? Troy Brower? Brower. Yeah, if they can pick up somebody like that, just to get a couple of those key players, get a couple of defensemen, like you said, I think, I don't know, maybe goaltending too.
No, their goaltending.
I'm not sold.
Strong.
I'm not sold on Anderson.
Frederick Anderson, he played good if he can stay healthy. I think they're fine at forward. I think that they need a couple defensemen, a couple rock-solid stay-at-home defensemen. That's what I think they need. But I agree. I think they're going to be a Stanley Cup contender. I don't know if they're going to win it within 3 years. I would love for it to happen because I'm 43 and
you want to be alive when it happens.
I would love to be.
67 is too long.
Right.
I mean the year 1967, not the age 1967. Although that would be both just too long. 67 is not a good number for us, is what I'm trying to say.
How crazy is this, right? We're talking about the Toronto Maple Leafs, and they're widely regarded as, in my mind, Canada's team, right? Some would argue Montreal
we're going to have a
Canadiens.
lot of debate on that.
Right. Some would say the Canadians. So it's kind of that kind of back and forth between the Canadians and Toronto. But between those two,
it's fair to say those are, I'm sure we're going to have Oilers, Canucks, Flames, and Sens fans. But I'd say it's a fairly safe bet that, yes, one of those two teams are the most popular and also most hated team in Canada.
Right. So Toronto's been looking for a savior of this team, for years and years since Matt Sundin retired, right?
I know where you're going.
And this kid from Scottsdale, Arizona, a non-traditional hockey market, is now the savior of Canada's team. Austin Matthews, the number 1 pick last year, who had an unbelievable year, scored 40 goals, crazy. This kid's legit. And
6'3", 215 pounds. He's just going to get bigger and stronger.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing to watch. So,
Good stuff.
Yeah. What do you think, Matt?
Well, I do agree with Adam. I think the Leafs are going to win a cup in the next 3 years.
See?
They look ridiculous.
He's with me.
And I'll tell you why. There's one man who I think is going to be in Toronto real soon, and this is going to push Islander fans to the ledge. But I think John Tavares is showing up in Toronto sooner than later. Yeah, I do. I mean, Gar Snow is on his 11-year Islanders rebuild.
Yeah.
It's like the big dig in Boston.
Yeah.
The traffic in Boston for like 48 years.
Right. It's not going well. Doug Wade got the head coaching job, and I don't know that they're going to do enough to keep JT in town. So they missed out on Stamkos. I think they're going to get JT and bring it home.
Could you imagine what that would look like down the middle with Matthews at 1, Tavares at 2, Kadri at 3, and then I don't know if Bozak gets bumped down to 4 or what they do, I don't know, but that'd be like, look at the depth at center. Insane.
It'd be nuts. Plus, you have to win because Babcock gets paid like a first-line winger.
Yeah,
so, right. you have to win.
To Jay's point, you just got to shore up the D.
Right.
Yeah.
But
so we pretty much just did the GM job. So you're welcome, Lou Lamoriello. You don't have to worry about this off season.
Yeah, that was pro bono.
I mean, we're tight because I'm also, as well as a Leafs fan, I'm a Devils fan. So either way, me and Lou, we're tight.
You're tight like that.
Yeah, I'll give him a call after. So here's my pick. After first round's done, I think Pittsburgh's going through in the East. I think that's a fairly safe bet. I don't buy Washington as long as Ovechkin is their quote unquote leader. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's a guy that wins a cup. I've never thought he's the guy that wins a cup. And not that it all falls on him, but you look to your leader of the team as to who's going to win it. So I think Pittsburgh's going through. Here's my pick for the West. Edmonton.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, my picks are going to blow your mind. Your little fucking mind. They're going to blow it right now.
It's not little. It's bigger than a chestnut.
I am picking Ottawa in the East.
Are you now?
Because everybody's sleeping on Ottawa. No one's talking about them.
True.
And they played pretty damn good. They basically handed Boston their ass. And,
I don't know if they handed them their ass, man. I mean, 4 games went into overtime. That's not handing anybody their ass.
They beat them.
They beat them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So these are guys that went to the final last year compared to a team that was like one of the worst teams in the league. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. I was talking about Edmonton and San Jose for some reason.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Ottawa.
No.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. Okay, finals and last. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so out of the West, I'm picking Anaheim. So I'm picking Anaheim, Ottawa final. How about that?
Now, how about that? Because I picked Anaheim in the first round, and you picked the Flames. Now you're going Anaheim.
Well, I just think they look good in the first round.
Yeah.
And I just think that they've always had trouble in the first round the last few years, and I think they kind of got the monkey off their back, and I think they're ready to go.
I pick Anaheim every year out of the West, and you pick St. Louis. So this year you picked my team, and I'm going the Oil because I'd like to see the Oilers win the Cup.
That'd be great. Be really good.
Imagine Oilers Sens.
That'd be insane.
Yeah.
Insane in the memory.
Anyway, Mega Matt, who's your picks?
Well, I'm a homer, so the Rangers out of the East. It's going to happen. Yep. And out of the West,
as long as you will it.
Yeah, I'm wishing them to the finals.
But you didn't believe that at all when you just said it. It's going to happen.
No, I really.
It's going to happen.
Hey, half of me doesn't. I mean, I've had a lot of trouble with. But out of the West, I like EY's Predators. That team is a beast.
Oh yeah,
that's a scary team.
And talk about sleeping on a team who we didn't even mention who swept the Blackhawks, top seeded team in the West.
Yes,
I mean that's the biggest story coming out of the first round. The Leafs, because we're Leafs fans, but that's actually a bigger story.
The bigger story is the fact that Pekka Rinne let in 3 goals in 4 games. It
was insane. And like the
how
Blackhawks,
excited do you think EY is right now?
Man, he's got
to be over the moon.
Yeah.
And the Blackhawks GM, I don't know if you saw his statement, but he treated the entire series like he lost his kid at like an amusement park. He's like, this will never happen again. We're never going to have a situation where we get swept in the playoffs. He was.
Hey, but that's what I like the analogy.
Yeah.
That's what a winning franchise has to think like.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Sometimes it's
There's
good
a
for
reason
teams
they've
like
won
that.
3 cups in 6 years, or
Right.
is it 3 cups in 6 years? Yeah,
Yeah, something like that. Can't
unheard
win them
of
all.
in today's market.
Look at
Nope,
the Kings.
sure
They
can't.
didn't even make the playoffs this year.
I know.
But they roll in last seed and win the cup. They're a strange team.
Yeah, they're too slow.
Jay, if Michael Hayes was getting ready for the Stanley Cup playoffs, what would he say?
What would he say?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I think he'd say, "Here we go."
Guys, I got an idea. Let's get in them fucking corners. Here we go.
All right, so I'm sure the audience is probably bored of hockey at this point. So this was basically for the three of us. Let's shift it back to our bread and butter, our margarine and tea biscuit.
Well, hold on a second, Edge. Maybe they're not bored
our
of hearing
donuts and
Michael P.
Brewers.
S. Hayes. Maybe they're not bored of Michael P. S. Hayes playing hockey, huh? I ain't never been on none of them.
Who'd you
ice
ever
skates.
beat?
I've
Not
never been
Von
on any of those-
Erichs in Sportatorium.
Yeah. Hey, who'd you ever beat? Blackhawks, huh? You don't know how to moonwalk on.
Well, you turned to Austin there for a second.
You don't know how to moonwalk on skates, huh? Maybe I'll hit you with the stick. King Cancun.
How come the goon, Wild Bill Irwin, never moonwalked on his skate boots?
That'd be insane if you did, huh?
He'd break both ankles probably, but
Yeah, the
it
goon.
would have been worth it just to see. I mean, easy for me to say. I wouldn't be breaking my ankles, but we're all over the place here.
Yeah, all over the map. This is making no sense.
What I do want to do before I forget, which is known to happen even more so for you, is that I would like to once again reiterate and remind all of the folks listening to this that we want more ideas for Anatomy of a Match.
Right. We got some good ones so far.
Anatomy of a Match is an idea that Jay came up with.
Mm-hmm.
I give full credit where credit is due.
It's about time you give me some
when
credit.
we go into my gets and I say they're my gets, they are my gets. And when ideas are your ideas, I say they're your ideas. This was your idea. Anatomy of a Match, where we get 2 foes, 2 people, 4 people, 6 people, however many people took part in this match, and we get them
break it
together.
down.
And we break it down. We get into their mindset of what they were thinking, what went into the match, how they felt during the match, how they felt after the match, and how they think that match has lived on from a legacy standpoint. So we want to get your input. Give us more. We got some good ones already.
Yeah.
And,
I'm trying to bank some
we-
ideas here to work on these things for you guys. Help us out.
That's what I'm trying to say. Bottom line it for me.
I just did.
That's what I said. I just stated that you bottom lined it for me.
Maybe we should get
Jay,
Andrew back
you
on
know
here to
what?
say that's the bottom line. And then we'll
You're
hang up
starting
on
to
it.
piss me off now. I
You know what?
want to rip your shin out, and I want to
Rip my
shove
shin
it
out?
up your ass sideways.
That's
Just your
only
shin.
happened to me 3 times. Okay. And let
That
me
your
tell you
shin's
something.
been ripped out.
Well, and then
Wait,
shove my ass sideways.
before I stick it up your ass, I think I'd like to beat you about the upper thoracic area with it first. Just bruise you and bludgeon you a little bit.
I would like to fucking
Because
stab your
I was
earlobes.
okay I was okay with the hockey talk, but then when you started doubting the fact that I said you bottom lined it, I'm giving you credit, and then you cop attitude with me.
I would love to stab your earlobes with an ink pen. Just
With an
fucking
ink
keep jamming
pen?
it. Yeah.
As
Like,
opposed to?
the one you dab into the ink that's kind of like sharp, you know? And then I would sign my signature on your fucking chest.
I guess we should probably, off of that, mention who our guests today are, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, because let's face it, that's probably what people are waiting for. They
Yeah,
don't
they're
want to
probably
hear
like, can you guys just get to the fucking guest,
Just
please?
shut
Just-
up
I don't
and
care
get
about
to it
hockey.
already.
I don't care how you want to fucking do damage to each other physically.
shove a shin bone up an ass. We don't
Yeah.
care. We want to know who your guests are. Well, guess who our guests are?
You want me to guess?
I was laying that out for you, Jay.
Oh,
that's what you see. That I'm
I thought you were
a partner.
thought you were leaving a pregnant pause there for anticipation. But
Well,
yeah, we
it was a
have
little bit.
the one of the biggest tag teams in the whole wide world.
The whole wide
Yeah,
world.
the
What are
whole
you,
wide
10?
world. Yes, the
Okay.
whole wide world. Well,
The Young Bucks.
Yeah, see, it has to do with the youth, the Young Bucks. That's why I
Well,
went there. Whole
And
wide
they are
world.
youthful.
They are.
youthful.
Yeah. Nick
Although
and
they
Matt.
can grow facial hair.
Nick and Matt, the Jackson brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that? IWGP Heavyweight Junior Tag Team Champions. PWG Tag Team Champions. Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. The ZLW Tag Team Champions. The POW Tag Team Champions. The MIA Tag Team Champions. The RVD Tag Team Champions. The Y2J Tag Team Champions.
Tag team champions of your heart. Here they are.
All right, so I'm going to start this off. I'm going to
As
start
you
it off by
usually do,
saying
'cause
these
you're
guys are my
air
gets.
Yeah.
You're damn right. And there's a reason. It's because these guys are my gets. And you want to know why they're my gets? Because I ran into them at Disney.
Yeah. Somehow
How
I ended
random
up.
is that?
Well, it was funny because it was WrestleMania
You
week.
must have gotten mobbed that day, by the way.
Oh my God, I bet.
You know what? The man bun, the very fashionable man bun, it causes people not to really look my way. Now, Kristen, on the other hand,
smart.
he wears one of his Captain Charisma shirts, so he kind
Well,
of
I go in full. I go in full gimmick. I wear like the whole sparkly jacket. 100-degree heat works out well. I have my wife.
I did the same thing. I was in Bullet Club gear. I had like a tank top Bullet Club shirt. I had like a Bullet Club hat.
Yeah, but I kept getting stopped, and I was complaining to my wife. It's like, well, what do you expect when you're wearing your own face on a T-shirt? I'm like, oh my God, we're just marks on ourselves.
Well, I also had my wife follow me around with a ghetto blaster playing our theme music, so that didn't help matters either.
I love it.
Actually, it was funny. This one time, Edge and I were at a Tampa Bay Lightning game when Edge was living down here, and we both had our jerseys on,
man.
and we were walking through the arena, and everyone's like, "Oh, Edge Christian!" Like, and we had hats on and stuff. We're like, "Man, like, God, we know we're over. Come on!" Like, but seriously, this is crazy. And and then he turns around to get something to drink, and I see Edge on the back of his jersey, and then I'm like, he comes back over with the drinks, and I said, "What does it say on the back of my jersey?" He goes, "Christian," and I was like, okay, it says Edge on yours, so we're walking around with Edge and Christian side by side through the arena. It's pretty funny.
Now let's preface it too. Is it gets even worse because we didn't know they were gifts, and then I had 41 and he had 1, so we're walking down the hall and it says 411 Edge and Christian. Oh, what a couple of morons!
That's even better.
Like, yeah.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, so the day after Mania, I have my daughters and Beth with me, and I look over and I'm like, what's hey guys, what's up?
Yeah, that's right.
And
that's crazy. Yeah.
And Jay had taken the earlier ferry because he's a prima donna and doesn't like to wait around. So so you guys are my gets because of that.
How funny.
We have a little bit of a competition. The whole tag team competition thing between us lives on, and now it lives on in who gets the most gets for our podcast.
I'll give you the get. I'll give you the get.
That was I think our third day at the parks. I did all 4 with my family.
Wow.
And
that's too much.
By the end of that trip, dude, oh my God. That weekend I had a ladder match with the Hardys, but I felt worse from the Disney days than the ladder match.
I know, I bet.
But,
that
was day 3.
That heat is just oppressive.
Yeah.
Oh man, just the humidity, dude. And you're holding kids too, so you're sweating all over them, and they're sweating at your body heat. You're standing in line. I was like, this is fun, but this is very, very difficult to do. No wonder why this work. Something you do once in a lifetime. The Disney World trip or whatever.
What makes it worthwhile, and it sounds cliche and cheesy and all of those things, but as soon as you're standing there at the castle and Elsa comes out and you see your daughter's or your son's face, and it's just like, bam. It's like, okay, 95-degree heat, sure, I'm good.
Or if you look over and you see your tag team partner / best friend Christian singing "Let It Go," dancing around at the top of his lungs.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's worth it. It's worth it in that moment.
It's so worth it when you see kids' reactions, man, when they see their favorite, favorite princess or prince or whatever. My son's into everything right now. Like, he sings "Let It Go" too. He's like, he's not even 2. He turns 2 in June, but he like hums it. He loves everything. So it was really fun. They enjoyed it, and so Nick's kids too. We were fortunate to all go together. We had our parents with us too, so it was like we went all out to this.
That's
cool.
Was a blast. That's right. You had your parents too. Yeah, that's awesome.
That was the first time ever in Florida, so it was cool to do that for them.
That's pretty cool. My daughter is really into Peppa Pig right now, and she speaks in a British accent.
My nephew does, and it's Thomas the Train, so he speaks in a British accent because of that.
Yeah, Thomas the Train.
You know
that's big here too.
They watch Peppa Pig, so my daughter and my son kind of go into that too a little bit, like because that's all from in England or whatever it is. Like, so whenever we watch that, it's the same. It's like sometimes you call me Daddy and Mommy. Let's get the list. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, my daughter. Honestly,
I heard that show got canceled on Nickelodeon.
I hope to God not. I hope
what, Peppa Pig?
That's what I heard. That's the rumor.
Oh my God! Well, a good thing for me that I
Save
recorded
it on DVR.
like 50 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
So we talked about kids.
So screw wrestling.
Yeah, let's talk about kids.
Oh, and by the way, we're the Young Bucks. By the way, and we're on the show. We haven't even really.
Yeah.
No, haven't mentioned that at all. We did give you guys a bit of an intro beforehand, if that makes you feel any better. But
cool.
we're talking the Young Bucks.
Yeah, we put you over strong. Don't worry, guys.
I love it.
There's no real rhyme or reason to this show, as you'll find. We're all over the fucking place. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
that sounds like how we are. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, so we'd fit in well. So now, but going back, you said you're in Florida, you're going to Disney, but that weekend you worked the Hardys and a ladder match.
Mm.
And I know you guys have worked a few times now in the last few months and everything like that. But for those who don't know, I would think it's fairly obvious to see that they were a huge influence on you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All the way
in. Dudley's, Hardys, those were the tag matches that really made us want to be tag team wrestlers. Like, first we were Hulk Hogan marks and huge Shawn Michaels fanatics, but it was those tag matches that the 3 teams that you guys all had really made us want to become a tag team. So it came full circle being able to wrestle those guys for a while now. So it was pretty cool,
especially in the ladder match, because it was funny. Everyone always asks you, one of the stock questions is, "What's your dream match?" And there's always, for me at least, it was always, wrestle the Hardys in a ladder match, because that, like Nick said, those are the matches. The TLC era is basically the reason why we decided to pursue this as an actual career. Like he said, we were wrestling fans in the beginning, and we were Hulkamaniacs, and because who wasn't? But I became a teenager, and Nick's a little bit younger than me. He's 4 years younger than me, and the TLC era is what really made us think, man, maybe we can do it too. That looks fun. This is cool. And that was probably what sparked the whole backyard wrestling movement, And so of course we were doing it out back and jumping off ladders and going through tables, and it just looked so much fun. And we actually got really serious about it. We could actually be like those guys, the Hardys, because they're brothers, right? Maybe we could do it too. And growing up in the business, God, that was always the match we really wanted to do. I wanted to be Edge spearing Jeff off the top of the ladder. My dream. My sacrifice videos. That's what we lived on. When we were younger. So getting to have that match with them was really cool, because it truly was a dream match for us. And especially with all things considered, we knew that, man, this is going to be their last match on the independents pretty much, and then they're going to the WWE. So we felt a lot of responsibility there too, because we knew that they were doing the next night. We were 2 of the few guys in the world that actually knew about it. Mm-hmm. Nobody else even in Ring of Honor that night even knew except us. So we were we can't hurt these guys. What would that look on us the next night they show up?
Wow, yeah.
So,
or they can't or something because of the ladder.
Right.
Wow,
Jeff,
no kidding.
Jeff got hurt and he couldn't perform or something. God, that would be terrible. Yeah. So that was definitely weighing on our on our hearts. We're we got to take care of these guys because they got a big night tomorrow.
If you watch back the match, you won't think we tried to take it easy, because we went absolutely nuts. I think we went through 9 tables or something crazy.
I remember
to do some of the stunts
Nick and I.
that night.
remember we got there a little early because we were like really excited, and we're in the ring kind of fooling around with ladders, making all these contraptions and stuff. And Matt kind of shows up and he gets these big eyes and he's like, I can tell like he was already kind of worried, like, oh no, what are these kids doing? And then he comes up to the ring and he's like, Vince McMahon called me this morning and said, hey, I know these young buck kids are good, but can you please tell them to take care of you guys? So he's pretty much like passing on word to us. Like, we had this crazy 3 ladders on top of each other stacked, and he's just like, oh, I think the first thing he's thinking is, as soon as he walks in, is, oh my God, what are they doing?
Well, speaking from experience in those matches too, it's like the worst thing you can do to me is going out there with the mindset of, oh man, I might get hurt in this, because then you're thinking about it. If you go out there with with a clear head and just kind of go with the flow, whatever happens, usually it seems to work out okay. But you try not to psych yourself out almost going out there thinking about it.
For
Absolutely.
sure.
You're right.
You can't overthink it. Yeah, you can't, man. You just gotta be ready to party, and you gotta have confidence. You gotta know you're gonna land every spot.
Yeah, and there's a lot of spots that we did that were very dangerous. Like, for instance, there was one where I was on a 10-foot ladder. Matt pushed the 10-foot ladder, so I tilted it, and then I landed onto another ladder, which got tilted all the way to the top rope. So I fell onto the top rope and then springboarded off that to a swanton bomb through a table while Jeff was laying on it. So if you overthink something like that, you're definitely, if you're going to overthink, you're going to screw things up. So like you're definitely
doomed for failure for sure.
Yeah.
So, and did I happen to put the ladders on the wrong spot you practiced to? So you were like,
I know. I was scared to death. Yeah, but it worked out. It worked out because I didn't overthink it. I just said, all right, if it happens, it happens.
So how does it feel the night before WrestleMania when these guys are going to WrestleMania the next night, and you've grown up with these guys as a huge influence? You're in a ladder match with them, which is it's the match that put them on the map, and you're now doing a swanton through a table to Jeff Hardy after WrestleMania 16, where that's the image, is Jeff going through Bubba.
You're right. And what's funny is Bubba Ray was backstage watching the whole match. I don't know if I even thought of that really, because I was just so into the moment that I didn't really even look back and think. Probably because it was such a hectic day, like we were talking about earlier, we had our families with us, so they were backstage too. So it was hard to just even grasp the moment of what we were doing that night. So I'll look back probably later on and think how cool of a match it was. But as of now, I haven't really even thought of it.
Right. For me, I took that famous Bubba Ray bump where you're on top of the ladder and the guys tilt it and you fall through I think he hit a little double. He might have had 2 or 3 or 4 tables. Yeah, I went through 2, and they were side by side. But I remember right when I was about to do the climb, I thought about that. I thought about Bubba, and I thought, this is so cool. I'm reliving that awesome bump that I watched when I was a kid, And then I was so excited, and then I took the huge bump, and it hurt so bad that any type of excitement I had completely disappeared.
Gone.
And I landed right on my butt, so it felt like I broke something, or I bruised my tailbone or something. It was the weirdest feeling. My tailbone hurt so bad it felt like I was gonna crap my pants or something. And I'm like, I can't crap my pants right now. This is so embarrassing. But after a couple of days, I was fine.
That's funny. I wish I'd talked to you guys beforehand. I would have given you a different famous Bubba Ray Dudley move. One that he gave to me, I think it was the SummerSlam TLC match that we had. There was a spot where I was going up the ladder and he was going to stop me and then come up and he was going to kind of give me like a diamond cutter type thing off of the ladder. And as I was up ahead of him, he couldn't figure out where to punch me, so he punched me right in the ass. And I was like, I didn't know how to sell it because it kind of jarred me, and I just kind of stopped. And I was like, did he just punch me in the ass? What just happened? And after the match,
it was the asshole. He punched you in the asshole.
Yeah, it was between the cheeks. And so then we came back, and I was like, dude, what was that? And he was like, I don't know, I didn't know where to hit you, so I just punched you in the ass. And I went, it's the dreaded ass punch. So we dubbed it after that. And whenever we did a match, we always try to finish a spot with the dreaded. We called it, still to this day, called it the dreaded ass punch.
Great.
But we could have got one of those in for you.
I remember seeing
great.
that now. I'm like thinking back. I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a disconnect. It's like the tires screech, and you go, wait, did he just punch him in the asshole?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is Matt and I we went back and watched those classic TLC matches that you guys all had before we had our last 2 ladder matches. We had
the Fatal 4-Way one too, right?
Months ago. Yeah. We watched them all. We had a really good one with the Motor City Machine Guns and Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels.
Yep.
And we all watched those matches the night before at our hotel. And Matt and I did the same thing before this one with the Hardys. So we definitely took some of that stuff.
I watched the original tag match you guys had, the Terry Invitational one, and that actually sparked the idea because you guys used that finish that you guys did, where all 4 of you guys are up there, and then I think Matt got bumped off, and then he falls down, he tilts the ladder, and then Jeff transfers to the next ladder. We actually
knocks me off.
Exact spot in the match with the Hardys, and I said I want to do that. I want to because I love that spot so much. So I remembered it better than Matt did. Matt's I don't know how that went. I'm trying to explain it to him, and we pull it up on YouTube, and then we finally get it together. But yeah, we actually redid it was exactly, I think, the way we did it. It wasn't our finish, but it was. I think it was near the finish. We used it as a false finish because you guys did it for the finish. So
it led to your Bubba Ray bump to the floor, I think.
That's it.
What's great is that's like a tip of the hat too, and fans that really know, they'll see it and go, "Oh man!" and buy that could be it too. Are they going to do the same finish?
Right.
But real quick, I want to rewind back to that triple threat TLC you had with Kazarian and Christopher and the Machine Guns.
Yep.
I watched that, and man, Daniel's got wow. I'm watching it going, oh man, Christopher, just stay down.
Yeah, dude. He was out of his mind that night. yeah.
Frankie had a death wish, would you say, Nick?
Oh, I know. They were pitching these ideas to us, and we're usually the ones pitching the ideas where the other guys are saying no. They were pitching ideas, and we were like, wait a minute, I don't know if that's possible, guys. That might kill someone. I don't know if you remember the finish to that. Matt had Frankie up on a table, tombstone position, and I jumped off of a ladder, and we did the IndyTaker. We call it the IndyTaker. It's like an assisted tombstone through a table. I didn't think that was even possible, but we did it, and my God, we almost killed Frankie on it. Almost killed him.
They kind of forced us into it a little bit. The whole day we were vetoing it. We're like, oh, and that's not happening. We would kind of and then we do the finish. That's not going to happen. Nick and I basically assumed, oh, we'll come up with something different and safer.
Yeah.
But then at the 11th hour, they were like, no, we're doing it.
They strong-armed you.
Okay. Yeah, and then it worked out.
Man,
those guys
it looked insane.
You know what? They both planned on gigging that night. They didn't even have to because we kept hardwaying them with ladder shots and chair shots. And I felt so bad. We went with them to the emergency room because we opened them up twice each during that match.
Yeah, and they wanted it. They're like, "Give me the ladder."
Yeah.
Dude, put your hands up. They really wanted to prove themselves that night, as if they needed to already, but they really wanted to tear the house down. And I think that was their match. They were the stars of that match. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Going into those matches, you really do have to have a different mindset that you're just ready to chew through a cinder block, because bad things are going to happen to your entire body, your head and everything like that.
I'll never forget Reno, Nevada. They put me up for that deal where Devon puts me up on his shoulders, on Bubba's shoulders, and then comes off the second. And I guess the table was out a little bit too far, and just my head went through the table.
Oh,
just the back of my head. I was like,
good
man,
Lord,
that didn't tickle. So,
dude,
well, and
that's rough. Giving it to me a couple times. That's rough, man.
Yeah, it is.
Well, and you know how you basically you can't hurt Jeff Hardy. So the only time that I've ever seen him, I was like, oh, he might be out of it. I think, on the spear, because he really just went full bore with that. But it was also in that TLC match when he got powerbombed through me lying on a table.
Yes.
If you just watch, the back of his head just clips it, and I try to bring my arm over to corral it, but that one got him too. And that's it.
Yeah.
If you shortchange that table,
Yeah. Were you guys? Who was in the one in Vegas? It was like a surprise, like the Raw Roulette one. Were any of you guys in that?
Yeah,
one?
I was in that. I was in that one. It was me.
Okay, I remember. Yeah, that's right. You were in it.
Me and Jericho.
We were at that show.
Yeah.
Yes, Jericho was in it. Isn't that when Bubba got knocked out on something, like a bulldog or something?
Yeah.
Someone got a concussion bad, I think, off the ladder.
Yeah, he fell.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he hit the steps. I think
that was a good one.
Yeah.
I think of what else. We were at a couple of these ladder matches. We've seen a few of them live and in person. We weren't at WrestleMania 2000. You'd think in Anaheim.
You weren't there.
I would have loved to be there for that.
We
one.
missed out on that one.
Huh.
Yeah. That was a fun one because initially, I guess that's the first TLC technically.
Right.
But I remember we had no idea really at that point what it was kind of what it was starting to build. We weren't thinking in terms of guys like you sitting there watching going, hey, wait a minute, there's something to this. We were just like, okay, we got to get noticed because there's Rock, there's Austin, there's all of these guys.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah,
you influence the whole generation of current independent wrestlers doing it all the time. Good or bad, that's
true.
what happened. You know what I mean?
You good or bad, right? Now, bringing it back to you guys, talking about influencing. Like, I watch your guys' stuff, and you're coming up with ideas that I kind of pride myself in thinking of some pretty cool stuff. You guys are coming up with stuff. I'm like, where did that come from? Like, even just the one where you're holding the opponent and there's either a swanton or the 450 while the dude's elevated off the mat. Like, wow, that or the power bomb kick in the corner, or just some really, really cool, innovative stuff. So, like, what do you do? Do you sit down and just go, what about this?
Right.
Yeah, kind of, actually. Like, a lot of our stuff we still use to this day. We thought of literally probably 15 years ago in the backyard. Wouldn't you say so, Matt?
Oh, absolutely. Backyard wrestling, man. Like, we would just sit there for hours and hours and hours every day and just think of things. And even before that, we would play with the little action figures, the Hasbro's, LJNs, or whatever they were at the time, and just sit there and, like, come up with moves. And I don't know. That's all we lived for when we were kids. That's all I remember. Looking back at my childhood, just Nick and I, wrestling around in the living room. And we have a younger brother too, Malachi. He, just the three of us screwing around and coming up with ideas. But like 90% of the stuff we do in the ring, like all the innovative stuff you talked about, like it was stuff we come up with out back,
long time ago.
Which is funny because you can see video clips of us doing it. When I'm 16 years old and I'm doing the same moves I'm doing now. Nick, same thing for Nick, but Nick and I pride ourselves in trying to just come up with different things. We always want to be different. If like so many people criticize us too, like, oh, these guys steal this and that, and we go, well, if you really watch one of our matches, like 95% of our offense is pretty original. So yeah, we do the super kick 100 times, but there's a lot of other things we do too. We pride ourselves on that. Doing things that maybe nobody's ever done, or reinventing it, maybe modernizing things that have been done in the past. Because come on, we all borrow. That's part of professional wrestling. But yeah, we really like to do something people maybe have never seen. We like blowing people's minds.
I think if we didn't do the suck it and throw up the click sign, then no one would say that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You were talking earlier about the IndyTaker, which I personally think might be the greatest name for a finisher I've ever heard. And so, it's just, I mean, come on. It's like, it's so great because it's so tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, exactly.
And I really appreciate it. But so you go from a springboard tombstone stuffed pile driver to, hey, let's up the ante and do a 450.
Yeah.
Like, who thinks of that one?
I actually thought of that on a New Japan bus ride.
we were marking out for ourselves watching one of our matches.
We've all done it. Don't worry.
And I thought of it. I was like, Matt, I was like, I think I came up with our new finish. And he's like, what are you talking about? And then I explained it. I said, I could do a flip into it. And he's like, really? You think so? And we just sat on that idea for a good 6 months. And finally, we were actually wrestling Frankie Kazarian at a PWG show for Battle of Los Angeles. It's one of their biggest shows of the year. And Frankie knew of the idea, and he's like, guys, we're main event tonight. You have to try that move on me. And I'm like, I can't say no to Frankie because he's one of my best friends. So I'm like, whatever, I'm going to try it just because you want me to try it. So we didn't even practice it. We just tried it live, and we hit it perfectly. And I remember on the way home, Matt was like, now we got to call that move the Meltzer driver. I was like, oh, my God, you're right.
That's great. That's great.
I was going to get to that. Quite possibly the only name better than the IndyTaker.
Exactly. And that was all Matt.
Well, I had been sitting on the Meltzer driver idea for a while. I just never knew what the actual move was going to be. Like, I knew we had to call something after Dave. Like, we just had to, because I don't know. Again, it's with our tongue-in-cheek type of gimmick, you know, like how we do. And then Nick came up with that, and we nailed it. I'm like, oh my God, there it is! It's the Meltzer driver.
The only way to make that one better is if when you hit it, if you jump up and gave it a star rating. Of
5 stars.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
You know what's great is Dave Meltzer comes to the PWG shows.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so amazing when he's sitting there. He's always in front row on one of the sides. It's like his seat. He's always in the same seat every show. So now whenever we go to hit the Meltzer driver, I blow a kiss to Dave. and it's like he's so funny because like he genuinely loves wrestling more than any person I've ever met in my life. So when I do that, his face lights up. Like, he has a huge smile on his face, because how could he not? And then the entire crowd kind of like is just looking at him too, so he's blushing, you know. And then we go and we hit the Meltzer driver. So it's so amazing when he's actually there in person to kind of like coach us through it. It was one of my favorite moments. We just did it like last Friday. He was actually in the crowd, and I went to blow the kiss, and we went to pick up the guy, and then we had a big swerve. Like, the guy caught Nick, and, you know, we did some type of reversal. But having him there in the crowd is so funny when we actually hit the move.
That's funny. With your
as soon as that show ended, that's when I got sick.
Oh, really?
And I just started. Yeah, right after that show, we headed straight to the airport to try to catch a flight to Philadelphia, and man, out of nowhere, throwing up like crazy.
I'd never seen Nick that ill. It was insane. Like, he just kept running back and forth to the bathroom. And we've never missed a show ever.
Yeah, I couldn't even talk.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You guys don't miss shows.
No, never. It was,
you know,
man.
We missed
luck.
one in TNA days, right? Because it was travel. That was the only time we'd ever missed a show. This was the first because of our own
from illness. That one was really bad luck. That was like 5 flights got canceled in one day. Remember that?
Yeah, that's right. It was just terrible luck. But this was just another thing, man. I'd never seen Nick like this. And he looked at me. He said, "I can't get on the plane." I knew it was serious, because like we've gotten on planes. You know how wrestlers are. Like, people like us, you know, the guys that just, this is their passion. Like, when we were hurt, or when we were, you know, so ill that we just did it and we pushed through. I knew when he told me he couldn't do it, I'm like, okay, he must be in a bad way. And I had to drive us home, and he's just so sick, man. I felt so bad for the guy. I'm so glad I didn't get the plug, by the way. Thank God.
Yeah.
So you guys, obviously, you live in California, and you were headed straight from that show to the airport to fly the East Coast to wrestle on House of Hardcore for Tommy Dreamer. Sounds like you guys have, like, I mean, you're everywhere, right? So, I mean, you're all over the world. You're in Japan, you're in the UK, you're all over the US. Like, how do you manage your schedule, like, with a family, with kids, all that sort of thing? Like, you guys on the road, like, what do you say you average as far as, like, monthly being away and being on the road?
Oh, man. Would you say it's probably about 15 to 17 days on, and then the rest off, somewhere around there?
Yeah, half and half. And it's gotten better, wouldn't you say? Because this year's Ring of Honor contract.
This year's been a lot better. Yeah, this year's been probably the best in the last 5, I would say. But last year was crazy. We were probably on the road 200 and maybe 40 something days, something around there. This year it's a lot better. Like Matt said, because of our signing with ROH, now we can't really do any independents in the States besides PWG and like the ones that we clear with Ring of Honor. So it's not often, but we do New Japan quite often, like all the time. And we've been doing a lot of overseas stuff lately. So it is hectic, but like our wives are great. They've been with us since we started wrestling. So they understand, they get it. And the kids have grown up with it too. So they understand too. But like, it is hard though. Like, I miss my family anytime I leave because this is what I love the most is family first for me and Matt because we're family people. Like we were raised that way. So it is difficult. Like, if you want to add into that, Matt.
Yeah, I was going to say, and speaking of family, like it's really nice when you're traveling with your brother. Like I couldn't imagine doing this any other way. Like by myself, there's just no way. Or even just like a friend. Like you have your brother who, you know, we've done this together from day one, and we've experienced the highs, the lows. I remember wrestling on shows for $10, you know, and I remember being at the end of our TNA run when he had to bail me out and buy me a Popeye's chicken sandwich because I was so broke. So it's fun now because now we're enjoying the success that we finally have earned after, 14 years in wrestling, and now we're making good money, great money in that now, and I'm happy to say that because we've really earned it. And so it's fun that we've done this together, and it's like this bond now, especially now after all these years. Like we're finally successful in wrestling. We're doing this thing. We're living our dream, and we have kids that are the same ages. Like our boys are the same age. Our daughters are around the same age. So it's really perfect. Like it's like I know what he's going through, and he knows what I'm going through, and our wives, but they have each other too to talk to, and my mom and dad are so very much together and in love. So like we have their support, and they've always been the best. It's like. So we always try to compare our relationships to our parents. Like we want to be like them. We want to be good parents like them. And it really helps out when you have that, the mom and dad who are supportive, the support team at home. Like when you're gone, like Nick said, sometimes half the month, sometimes more. I mean, we've had tours where we've been gone in Japan. We've been gone for 30 days plus. It's rough, but This year, like Nick was saying, it's gotten a lot better. We're kind of only in Japan for the big shows now, so it's not so bad. We're not gone for weeks at a time, but we'll do a big show, maybe 2 or 3 shows in Japan, and then we'll come home, and then we'll have Thursday through Sunday with Ring of Honor, and then we're home. So it's not so bad. Like I feel like we have probably a better schedule than anybody right now. Who happens to be making the money we're making. So like the per dollar per day or however you would say it, like I feel like we have one of the best deals right now possible. Like we're extremely happy with what we've got. We're very appreciative. But
yeah.
Well, it's interesting too because you brought up the point of having your brother with you, and Jay and I was similar because we grew up together, and it almost keeps you grounded. It keeps you of life outside of the industry because it can be a very all-consuming industry. Like you said, when you're on a 30-day tour or you're gone half the month, it can eat you up. And I think it helps to have someone like that you knew before wrestling, before you knew the industry, to kind of help make sure you stay grounded.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sure. And it keeps you out of trouble too. Like, and it keeps like our wives happy knowing I'll be with Matt, you know what I mean, and he'll be with me, so we'll stay out of trouble. There's no way of us going and doing something stupid on our own because we're always there together, always keeping ourselves in check, and like we've never gotten into any of that type of trouble because we've always been together. So.
Right. Yeah, if I'm ever going to, if I'm ever talking to some girl, Nick would be like, "What the hell are you doing?" Or like, if Nick started doing drugs, I'd be like, "Nick, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
Like we have each other's backs. Like we have that support system. Like if you're out there alone, the road's a lonely place, and I could see it getting dark, for people. But we always have that ray of sunshine, I guess, having blood on the road with you.
It's true.
Now, you guys were talking about all the different shows and all the different dates and, different companies and everything. And for me, I had kind of stopped watching wrestling after I retired. I just needed a bit of a break from it. I just needed to kind of depressurize. One of the first things that I saw since I had retired was you guys against London and Kendrick at the House of Hardcore show.
That's right.
I think it was the first one in Poughkeepsie, and I was there that night. And I remember watching it and just thinking, man, because I hadn't seen you guys up to that point. I'd heard about you, but I hadn't seen it. So, I saw that. I saw a lot of the innovative stuff and everything. Then I start picturing like opponents for you guys. And who have your favorite opponents been over the years? And also, to backpack on that, who would you like to face going forward?
Sure. Yeah, that's a good question. I remember that. I remember seeing you there, and I remember being flattered because you, I believe you cut a promo to set up our match right beforehand.
Yeah.
Yes. And you introduced us all, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, I remember that. That was cool.
It was funny, though, because he kind of ribbed us. Do you remember that? Like, he hyped it up so much. He's like, you guys are about to see the craziest wrestling match ever. This is innovative, blah, blah, blah. Like, he built it up to the point where, like, we're sitting back there with Spanky in London, and we're like kind of like, oh, God.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
That's right. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
And then I remember I kind of came to the back laughing, like, there you go, guys, tear it up.
I remember one line was, "This will be the best tag team wrestling match you've ever seen in this building." I was like, what? Do you remember that, Matt?
Yeah, it was kind of a rib. Like, he was like, I'm going to make sure, because we came to the back, and then even Spanky was like, kind of like swallowing, like, oh, gulp. Like, okay, here we go. I guess we got to have a good one. We luckily we did. But.
No, yeah, we did. We tore it up with those guys. Man, I miss wrestling those two. Those guys were awesome.
So good,
especially in tag matches, because we got the opportunity to work them quite a bit around that time. So, I would put those guys up there with some of my favorites, along with Motor City Machine Guns. We had killer matches with those guys, like a ton of times.
We've had a lot of good ones with the Briscoe brothers, too, from ROH.
Yeah.
They're fantastic guys.
Oh, yeah, they're awesome. We got to work the Dudleys 3 times, and we killed it with those guys every time. Man, there's a lot of
Red
teams
Dragon,
that we've had.
Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, they're a really good team, and we started having good matches with them in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I like them.
2014.
I like them.
Yeah, they're great, man. I think that
Frankie and Christopher Daniels,
of
course,
kind of put us on the map. Yeah, Frankie and CD, man, we've had really good ones with them. As far as teams that we would like to wrestle, I mean, everyone on the internet, their stock answer immediately would be this team called the Revival. They're an NXT. I would love to wrestle them just because it could kind of be like probably a modern day Brainbusters versus the Rockers. I think that'd be good.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the match that everybody definitely wants to see. I would love to wrestle New Day and even in a trio with Kenny Omega, the 3 of us would be fun.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Yeah, that would be a blast.
One match.
I bet you there's a bunch of them that I just can't think of any right now. Go ahead.
Off the top of my head right away, I would say you guys, but obviously, that's probably not going to happen these days. But definitely, Education versus the Young Bucks was another one of our top for sure matches. We got all we got the Dudleys and the Hardys. We just never got to do anything with you guys, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That would have been
a good one.
That would have been pretty crazy, actually. I'm pretty sure we probably
you
could have
guys'
tore it
baby
up.
faces with us as heels. That would have been fun.
Maybe some.
We would have tore the house down.
There may or may not have been some good entertainment there too, as far as banter back and forth. But
dude, honestly, a lot of the stuff we do is because of you guys. Your guys is like your classic promos, man, with the 5-second poses and all this stuff. Like just your guys' swagger and attitude and the way you would talk, and your cleverness and your sense of humor. A lot of that, I mean, is influenced too with the stuff Nick and I do. Like we do a lot of dumb sketch comedy on YouTube. We have a series called Being the Elite, and a lot of the stuff we do on there, honestly, is influenced from your guys' vignettes in the back. And it's just the same wacky sense of humor.
You know what I was about to say? You know what was very underrated was Christian and Chris Jericho as a team.
Oh, yeah.
You guys
so funny.
had great comedy skits, and the stuff you guys did was just hilarious.
Yeah, and it was a lot of
some great angles.
Oh, thanks. It was off the cuff, and I think we dubbed ourselves Vitamin C. I think is what we officially call our team. So, yeah.
You guys had some gold, man.
Yeah.
What was the skit with the towels? God, I'm trying to think of right now. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of that.
Yeah. What happened? What happened was we came back. We were actually on this tour of India. And we came back, and we were supposed to wrestle Booker T and Goldust in the opening match, and Booker T ended up getting a bug, like literally 30 minutes before we went live on Raw. And we had the first two segments, and it was supposed to be this kind of thread throughout the show of us having our clothes stolen and our gear stolen, and we were trying to get it back, blah blah blah. So. So like Chris and I were standing there, we're getting ready. All of a sudden, we just see Booker get wheeled by on a stretcher, like 30 minutes before we go live, and we're the first match. We're like, what? We walk out, and we see all these people scrambling around. They're like, Booker's sick. He's going to the hospital. We got to change everything up. And I think the Dudleys were wrestling on Heat, I believe, against somebody. They pulled them off, put us in a room. Now we're down to about 15, 20 minutes before the show goes live. And so we're throwing this match together that's two segments, and then we had to do each one of those segments with the towel live as we went. So we were just kind of like off the cuff doing stuff, and then the end one was we were out on the stage. They had our clothes in the ring. They were throwing our clothes and our ass cream. They had a thing of ass cream in the in the bag, and Spike came up behind us and snatched our towels away, and we were standing on the ramp naked at the end of the thing. Was the whole deal? But yeah, and I remember one of the writers came up and he was like, "What do you think better, a jar of just like a jar of cream or a jar of ass cream?" I was like, "No, ass cream, definitely ass cream." So
good choice.
Yeah,
yeah. That was honestly one thing I learned from you guys. I learned that it's okay to make fun of yourselves, man, and to fall.
Yeah, that's true.
Laugh at yourself, and at the end of the day, you end up still being like a badass. Like if you show both sides, though, you show that you're tough and you can go. But it's okay to be silly and to laugh. Like so many guys, man, we wrestle with, and they're just like, "Oh, that'll make me look stupid," and I'm like, well, do it to me then, because I love looking stupid. I think if you can have a sense of humor and if you can hit every single thing, man, like fine, you know.
You're right.
Yeah, I used to like we would love working Too Cool because there were so many Memphis-style spots that we could do that would make us look like complete morons. But when we got the heat, we were going to attack like a pack of wolves. And you know, I was watching you guys. First of all, your $100 bill tights, and then your gear where it's your face is all over it. I was like, okay, they definitely got some E&C influence there too, so that's cool. But then there was one spot you guys did, and one of you went to come in the ring and tripped on the bottom rope and took a face bump and rolled right back out. And I was like, yes, okay.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're jumping around in tights. Yes, it's fun and everything, but like you got to have fun.
Exactly.
You're right.
You got to make each other laugh, man. You got to have a good time.
And if you're having fun, the fans are having fun.
Right. Then you get some of those guys that come up with you, like hit you with the old, well, I don't have a problem with it. I just don't think my character would do it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Character. Like, come on, man. Nick and I do a spot now every so often where we team up with this guy named Adam Cole. He's really talented. He'll put the guy in a camel clutch, and Nick and I will start running the ropes really fast. Like we're going to come back and hit something just insane. And we just run. And the whole crowd's going, whoa. And then we just stop short. And we just kiss Adam Cole on his cheeks. And it always gets a pretty good pop. So the other day, we went to the spot, because it's gotten kind of over now. People know the kiss is coming, but they still go with it. You know what I mean? So we're running, and the guy who Cole had the camel clutch in snap-bears Cole out of the way, and Nick and I go for the kiss, and me and Nick kissed each other on the lips. And the crowd loved it. And everybody's thinking, how can you do that? You can kiss your own brother? I said, if I'm in the ring, I will do anything. Like, kiss my own brother, of course.
Yeah.
Like, what's the problem? You know what what I mean? Like, I love that stuff. And then, like you said, once you get the heat back, then you're vicious and you beat the crap out of the guy. But as long as you can like touch every emotion in a match, like I love treating our matches like movies. Like, you want to have a little bit of fun. You want to be able to make them laugh. You want to, even make them have sympathy, which is sometimes they cry or whatever it is. You want to touch every single day. So, like, at the end of the night, it feels like a roller coaster ride. Like, we're okay with that as long as, at the end we're going to, get our toughness back a little bit. I'm completely fine doing anything as far, even kissing my own brother on his lips. It's fine.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Just kind of like backing up just a little bit before, like something you said to me, kind of piqued my interest a little bit when you said, you were in TNA, but you were, having a hard time buying yourself a chicken sandwich. So what was the switch that you guys, that when it finally dawned on you that this is how you kind of get your name out there, this is how you're going to make a name for yourself, and now you guys have a ton of merchandise, and I know you guys do really well on your merchandise, and in the age of the internet and social media and all that stuff, you don't necessarily need to be on primetime television every single week. But I mean, you guys do. You were on Ring of Honor and New Japan and things like that, big promotions. But you kind of figured it out even before that, how to kind of get the ball rolling and actually make a real living for yourself. Like, what was the switch? What was the moment where that kind of went off for you guys?
One of those moments was leaving TNA. To be honest. It took guts for us to leave something that could have been something even more better than what it was at that point. But we felt like we were being underutilized at that point, and we weren't making money at all, really. Like Matt said, he couldn't even afford a chicken sandwich at one point. So I think it took guts for us, and it showed that we had confidence in ourselves to leave there to try to get popular on our own. And from there, we said to ourselves, you know what, let's just try something different and try to have fun. And from there on out, though, it seemed like it clicked, right, Matt?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you were saying, like I felt like we basically gave our characters up to TNA and said, okay, here you go. Now go ahead and write a good angle for us. Get us over. And we realized, wait a minute, you can't just hand your stuff over to someone and expect them to look out for your best interest. Like, we learned that the hard way. So I think
we didn't realize that.
Yeah, right. So I think we realized, you know what, let's just do it our way. Let's not rely on someone else to get us over. Let's get ourselves over. Mm-hmm. We know we're good wrestlers. Let's show everyone we're good wrestlers. Let's also have a little bit of an attitude switch, because I think at that point we were like yes men. We were just young, humble, happy to be their kids, and we were, and that was fine. But at that point we were at a different, we spent 2 years there, and I think we realized, man, maybe that's not exactly the right way to go. Maybe you have to have a little bit of edge to you in the ring and backstage. Like, maybe you just have to have a little more confidence. I don't know. It's something just switched in us, where we quit that place and we just decided to just do an attitude switch. And we just started experimenting with something that we'd been using in a company called PWG Nick was talking about earlier. We kind of used these characters where, we had that attitude. We said, and it got over in Reseda. But it was the only building that we really had gotten over at. So we said, let's try to take that same attitude, and let's use that same character we got over in that one building. Let's try to do it everywhere. Mm-hmm. And that's what we did. We decided to just take that act on the road, and fortunately we started getting booked a lot. I don't know if we just started making more noise because our matches were better, or we just were more inspired to try to be better because it was like we were on survival mode at this point. I don't know what it was. I think it was having to be really hungry and literally not being able to buy myself lunch and maybe I had my back against the wall, and it was like, all right, it's now or never. And we just swung for the fences, and we started getting booked places. And I think our first really, really big break outside of after the TNA run was probably getting booked in Japan with New Japan. Mm-hmm. And shortly after that, we were in Bullet Club, and that's after basically Bullet Club made us, man. Once we got into the Bullet Club, we found our identity. We found a collection of guys that we got along with, that we had great chemistry with, and that kind of blew up. And then once that blew up, that was it. We were just on a roll. So it was good timing, I think. I think it was a mixture of being in survival mode and having our backs against the wall, and just wrestling our hearts out and betting on ourselves,
I think it's also funny, like when you have stories like people saying, "Oh, these guys don't know psychology. They don't know how to they don't know how to work. They don't know how to do this." Instead of being defensive about it, you're upfront about like kind of throwing it back in their face. The things
Right.
they don't like about you, you're more over the top with it in their face, and that seems to work in your favor as well.
And that in itself is using psychology, which is so funny to me because people are like, "Oh, you don't know psychology." It's like, well, I can sit here and bicker with an old guy for hours and tell him, no, I'm right, but he's going to think he's right the whole time. So if I just take it a different way, a different approach at it, maybe nobody's ever done that. So like we sort of did that with our characters. You're right. Like, and that goes back to like having that edge and that little bit of arrogance or whatever it is. And I think people related to that. Like we're also used to this happening in everyday life with everything. The old guard kind of like only wanting to stick to their old way, and then the new era of people saying, no, this is the way to do it. Like I think it's very relatable what we sort of went through as far as our critics. Probably this all started really heavily like 4 years ago.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I appreciate. I appreciate that you guys, to use a British term, take the piss out of kind of the seriousness of how serious people can take this. But, we also don't want to keep you guys all day. So I got to ask the question without putting a gun to your head. Get it? Because you're the Bullet Club. And so we're talking about dream opponents. We're talking about people that you might want to look, going forward. You mentioned New Day. You mentioned Revival. Do you ever see yourself going to the behemoth where there is a little bit more yesing as opposed to, do you ever see yourself going to WWE?
Oh, man.
Go ahead, Nick. You want to answer it first?
Yeah, I could. From my opinion, I could say right now we can't, obviously, because we're under a contract for the next 18 months or so. But I don't know, man. It's such a hard question to answer because right now I would say no, obviously, because I can't, and we're having a blast on our own doing it the way we do it, and we're having a good time doing it. But it's I don't know. It's never say never, I guess, because you can't really say no to that because that is the place everyone has ever wanted to wrestle, and so I can't say no. But as of now, we're happy with what we're doing. So I don't know. It's always going to be a question that lingers with us. So I don't know. How do you feel about it?
Here's my take on it is even if we were available right now, now's not the time to go for us because everybody in the world's going there. And for the first time I could ever even remember is it doesn't even seem cool to go there right now. Like, oh, hey, Johnny guy or this guy got signed now. This guy got signed. Everybody in the world, like guys that weren't even really necessarily big names on the indies yet, just, middle card guys are getting signed now. So it's I feel like even if we were available right now and we signed, it would just be two other guys that got signed.
That's true.
There's 100 guys already down in Florida. So it's I feel like maybe for us at least, if we did sign right now, we'd probably just get lost in the shuffle.
You think? I don't think you would, man. I think you guys have created enough of a groundswell and have enough of a buzz about you guys. And I mean, you have 458 different T-shirts on ProWrestlingTees.com. People are buying your stuff. So I think personally it would make a splash and you guys would do great. But but that's interesting, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, who knows? Because I've had people say that too, and I've had other people agree with me. It's just, I guess it's one of those gambles. If you get down there and you make a big enough splash on your debut, or you get a big enough reaction, then it's undeniable. It's if you put us in the right position to show when we showed up, I'm sure, like you said, it's one of these undeniable things. They'd have to do something with us.
But you know what?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. But you know what? It's never gotten to the point where both sides are actually communicating about something. We've never gotten to the point where, hey, this is what we would like you guys to do if you guys come here. We've never even had that. So that's why it's so questionable for us to go because we don't know what they would want and we don't know what they would like from us because it's never even gotten to that point. So that's why it's like I don't know if we would ever go because we've never had an open communication. So it's hard to say.
Well, and we're so appreciated right now, like by the companies we wrestle for. Like we're pushed to the top. We're in the main events. We pretty much get whatever we want creatively. Like it's like we do our own angles at this point. So it's like
that's tough to walk away from.
It'd be hard to walk away from all that. But in 18 months, 2 years, or whatever our contract is, it'll be interesting because I'm sure we're definitely going to at least want to talk to every company and to make a great decision and for our families and for ourselves. And I think if it doesn't happen in 18 months, it probably won't happen. But if it does, then I guess we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the landscape too.
I would say this though, like if it never does happen, I won't be heartbroken because if I'm able to retire wrestling the way we're doing it now and have enough money in the bank to leave without working ever again doing what we're doing, I think that would be crazy in itself to say that we were able to do it without it because at the pace we're going now, we're not going to have to go there to retire on our own.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen for a lot of people, so
good place to be.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the meantime, guys, have fun working where you work, and it sounds like you guys are. It looks like you guys are. I'm going to keep enjoying watching you guys and getting a kick out of what new insane stuff you come up with. Thanks for doing the show, man. It was really we had a good time talking to you guys.
Guys, it's fun that you guys had us on, man. Thank you so much.
And I just want to echo what Adam said. You guys know your audience. You cater to them. You give them what they want from you guys, and keep doing your thing. And we're looking forward to keep watching you. So all the best.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, guys.
Guys, are we all doing an audio 2-suite right now?
Oh, yeah. I think we are.
All right.
I love it.
You're listening to E&C's Pod of Awesomeness.
So it was a fun chat. I like those kids. I can say kids. Yeah, but we can say kids because we're old.
And plus, they're the young bucks. They're young.
Exactly.
If they didn't want to be called kids, they would be like middle-aged bucks or adult bucks.
Yeah, or we could be like the senile bucks or the rapidly passing middle-aged bucks.
We could be the old fucks.
I can see that on a marquee now. New Japan Pro Wrestling Tokyo Dome main event: the Young Bucks versus the old fucks.
Yeah, that's good. I smell money. Good for those
but you know
guys,
what?
Though,
that kind of match happens all the time in wrestling. Let's face it. All right, everybody with hip replacements knows what I'm talking about.
Seriously, though, good for those guys for doing their thing and making it work and becoming worldwide stars and doing it on their terms. It's great.
Yeah, it really is. As we talked about with them, like really innovative. They can tell I can tell they're having fun, and whether you always agree with some of the things they do in the ring, they're having fun.
No, and they keep people talking, and that's what it's about. Yep. And especially when you don't have that. I mean, of course they're on Ring of Honor TV, but when you don't have the giant machine. That and that real like nationwide primetime audience, they're doing a hell of a job.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can see them on Ring of Honor, you can see them on New Japan on Access TV, and probably check out any indie show within 50 miles of you, and a good chance they're going to pop up there.
Right. We'll have to
yeah.
So something else I want to we're going to bring on here, a buddy of mine. Mike Kingston from Headlock Comics, to talk a little bit about some of the projects he's got going on. We met last year at the New York City Comic Con. I sat at his booth. Great dude, loves wrestling. So yeah, we'll have him on here and see what he has to say. We got Mike Kingston on the line from Headlock Comics. What's going on, dude?
Hey, we're just trying to run out the last leg of this Kickstarter here.
Cool. Why don't you explain a little bit about what's going on with the Kickstarter's for?
So we produce a wrestling comic called Headlocked. It's like an HBO-style drama about a kid working his way through the wrestling business. It's completely self-published DIY kind of underground thing that we've done. And we've been really lucky that a lot of guys in the business have been really supportive of us. So the current Kickstarter that we have running, we have Jerry Lawler painting the covers. He paints all the covers for us. And then we have Ric Flair, Mick Foley, Cody Rhodes, and Kenny Omega writing stories for us.
Nice.
The lineup's pretty insane. And then for guys that like comics, we have Ed McGuinness, who is like one of the main sort of creative forces behind Deadpool. Ed McGuinness, Robbie Rodriguez, Andy Ballinger, who's also an indie wrestler in Montreal, and Raphael Albuquerque from American Vampire, who's one of my favorites. But we also have Tugboat is contributing a piece of art to the book, and Lindsay Dorado from 205 Live. So
that's awesome.
Total Murderer's Row, front to back.
Yeah, that is a murderer's row. Perfect way to put it. Like if you put all of those people in a long lineup, that is a diverse group of individuals.
Yeah, we've been really lucky. I mean, when I think back to where we started, just selling comics out of Artist Alley and, nobody attached. I mean, I just wanted to make a really cool wrestling comic. And, from what it's spiraled into, having so many guys. I mean, we've had AJ Styles and Samoa Joe and Booker T and, all kinds of different guys, Hurricane, Rob Van Dam, to, have contributed comic stories and pieces of art and whatnot. It's, I've been a lifelong fan of wrestling and comics, so it's, it's sort of a dream come true for me.
That's cool. Mike, you know how you could derail the whole thing and ruin it?
How is that?
You could have me write and do some drawing for you. I could derail the whole project.
Be some nice stick figures, and basically the characters would just talk about how great Christian is.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do that. We'd give it a shot. I mean,
we could do that, I
I've
guess.
had some interesting ideas pitched to me, so.
Well, you know what's really cool about, I mean, there's a lot of crossover between comics and wrestling, and there's a lot of comic book fans in wrestling, and I think the reason being, and I've always related it to this, is that growing up I love comic books. And then when I saw wrestling for the first time on TV, I was like, okay, wait a second. Those are real-life superheroes that I can go shake hands with at Maple Leaf Gardens. They're wearing colorful outfits. They can do these what seem to be superhuman things. And I think that's where the tie-in comes in. So it makes sense that a guy like RVD and who else did you? Hurricane, of course, and Jerry and a lot of these guys would write for it because there's so many comic fans in wrestling, and I think that's why.
Did Sin Bodhi do something for you too?
Because when I initially pitched it to people in comics, literally people laughed at me. Like one of the biggest publishers, a guy from one of the biggest publishers in comics, literally laughed in my face. And I mean, I've heard wrestling fans don't read and wrestling fans don't buy things and whatever. And, we had to take this to Kickstarter to make it work just because, I mean, we were sort of shunned by comics. And like you said, I've always found that amazing because, I mean, I've been fans of both things and all my friends that like wrestling like comics and vice versa. But, the industry was very, 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 very cold to it. So, I mean, I ended up going to wrestling shows to build an audience that way instead of going through comic stores and then taking it to Kickstarter once we sort of built an audience, and then we've been able to do really, really well with it. But
understand about that.
It messed up.
Well, and how can the comic book industry say that wrestling fans don't buy things?
Well, that's the thing too. Sometimes people don't understand, and I don't get it. Why? Look at the worldwide reach that wrestling has, right? So, I mean, wrestling fans are very passionate, and wrestling fans love wrestling things, and that, that's really an amazing thing to
let's
me.
face it, we're the 458th wrestling podcast in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're higher than that in the ratings, but I mean, in terms of the amount of podcasts there actually are, and that's just in podcasts, let alone I've been on a garbage can, I've been on boxer shorts, I've been on kids' sheets and, comforters. Wrestling folks buy wrestling stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I think it's time that a good wrestling comic was made.
And good for you for sticking with it and making something that's that people like and its quality.
I mean, it's a grind. I mean, we're doing the indie lifestyle. I mean, I'm working 70 hours a week at my regular job, and then on the weekends I'm out everywhere. I was in Chicago last weekend. We'll be in Kansas City this weekend. Trying to get the word out, let people know what we're doing. And then the other thing, we've tried to expand it to Comic-Cons and create a better experience at Comic-Cons. And I mean, obviously, Jay, you were at New York with us, and I mean, instead of having the old sad wrestler alley, where you'd have certain guys out there just kind of sitting there waiting for their picture money, having guys that are excited about being there and plugged into the culture. We just had Jack Swagger and Lita and Jerry and Gene Okerlund in Chicago. It was a lot of fun.
I had a blast with you guys at Comic-Con in New York. It was great. And it was cool to see the fans coming up and checking out the comics and people that had been following it. And it was really neat to see.
Well, and give us the info where people can, like, if they're listening right now, where they can go get it.
So we have 6 days left on the Kickstarter. The book's funded, but we use Kickstarter like a pre-order. So if you're brand new to it, you can get the first book. Even though we're doing the fourth book, you can just back it and get the first book. You can get all the books. But if you go to Kickstarter.com or all of our social media is Headlocked Comic, and you can follow the links through there. But the campaign ends on May 1st. So, and then the wrestling content, the content with all the wrestlers, is only available through Kickstarter. So, if you buy the book from me at a Comic-Con or off our web store, it's the same price, but you get 30 less pages. So, we really try to give the people who help us in the way that we need it the most, we give them all the best content.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, good luck with everything. We hope everything keeps going upwards for you guys, and we'll definitely talk again.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, here we are, folks, at the end of another episode of the E&C Pod of Awesomeness. How do you think we're doing there, Birdman?
Oh, it was another pack show, Edge. We had him from start to finish. Oh, we had him, brother. We had him. They were hanging from the rafters. They were chanting our names.
I was about to say. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We can sell a lot of Polaroids at the end of this show.
Oh, yeah. We're going to set up a table, sell some 8x10s. Just like Tommy.
You know what? What? We should do a live podcast somewhere someday.
We should.
Not to say we should sell Polaroids, but we should do a live one somewhere, somehow.
We should ask our listeners where they want it to be and who they want us to have on. Let's put it
Giddy up. Another way to interact with our audience.
Right. And first of all, we should thank our sponsors, Mac Weldon and ZipRecruiter.
Yes. Yes, we should. Thank you. Thank you very much. And, hey, if you want to keep listening to this bad boy, you can pick us up on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play. Where else, Jay?
Wherever you get your podcasts, man. Come on. Smarten up. You know the deal by now. And you can also follow us on social media.
I was laying it open for you so that you could actually get some information out. Yes,
dude,
son of a bitch.
I'm not that fucking good. Just stop trying to do it.
I'm trying to help you along. I'm trying to hold your hand. You hear my dog barking in the background there?
No.
You got your cats, I got my dogs. How about that?
Right. Cool. Well, they can also catch us on social media at E&C Pod, and of course on our email address at ecpodofawesomeness@gmail.com, at EdgeRatedR, and at Christian4Peeps, the number 4. So there you have it.
Until next week. Oh wait, there's Felix. He still hasn't come home yet because he's up here.
What? Felix, come home.